That shit always been hitting 70s, 80s.
That's crazy to say. But I don't even post like that.
I'm broadcasting the page.
And now some motion. They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Wait, 7.
Stafford. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and that's sack number 6. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hey.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. With it is Brown. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LaShawn McCoy. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's got some space here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that was a good run. This is only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A give to McCoy. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage. Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
21. Back 53.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Powers through. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's third down and inches.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Play action. Stafford on the move to his left. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Brown shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Charles, I think sometimes maybe we take LaShawn McCoy for granted. Been in the league since 2009. He's played 12 or more games every season as a running back. 30 years old this year. What do you see for his future?
I still see a very bright future for him, and you're exactly right. We do kind of take him for granted. Remember, he was with Philadelphia. Then he goes to Buffalo. Buffalo goes through the playoff drought before last season. And the Eagles, they win a Super Bowl without him. So, yeah, we forget just how special he is. But I do think with his running style, he's got many more seasons left.
On third down, Wilson steps away to his... And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Matt Milano in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum? Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now it's Stafford, and he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 7 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Jordan Reed has it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to New Orleans after this. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
They run it here with Gordon. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he'll check this one down to McCoy. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And now he'll tuck it and run. So we've an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters, as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Here's Wilson. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Adrian Claiborne in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. On is the punter King to send it away. Fielded at the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Big 20. Like 7. You ready?
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Set. 180.
This is Gordon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing is Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Falcons. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Janikowski adds the extra point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Looking long for it. Got his man complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. From the red zone now, Stafford. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
Here we go.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Now Gordon, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. Zerline good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down, make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. 10th carry now for McCoy. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustment. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Milano in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. He's back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The Saints in the hurry up here, clock continuing to roll. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And down inside the 15 he goes. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. He'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jordan Reed in the final minute. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat-and-mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense?
It's caught inside the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCoy. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Back to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's caught. And they've won the football game. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From New Orleans, good night, everybody.